Hi, welcome to spring in the North Country. It's April 16th. We found a teaching moment here. Dr. Kroll posted on Facebook this morning how lovely Texas was. He's got oats growing, deer fat and happy. Last Saturday, I spoke in Mount Pleasant, Michigan to 300 or 400 let them go guys about the importance of harvesting doe. That's always something that we encourage people to do with the intention of getting the populations down so that your habitat will survive these freaks of nature. Again, it's April 16th. We've got 24 inches of snow. They're calling for 4 or 5 more inches. The reason we're doing this, we're getting a lot of calls right now that says, hey, my deer's in trouble, what can I do? The take-home message is probably drink some coffee and put together a plan for next year. There's not a lot you can do. There are a few things we'll talk about here in just a second, but you need to work on your habitat and your forest. I can't stress enough how important it is. We're standing in an old growth forest. Luke had it cut 2 years ago. It hasn't had time to regenerate, but just behind us we have some good thermal cover, some good browse for them. So there's things that you need to prepare for next year. This kills a lot of deer. Cold, you've heard Doc say that, cold doesn't kill deer, snow kills deer. They can't move. Luke, what do you got going on today to help our deer move?
Well, like you've already touched on, the biggest thing is allowing deer to move without burning excessive amount of calories. With the amount of property that we have right here, we're plowing all of our secondary road to try to allow deer to move from areas of thermal cover to areas of nutrition and back without having to wade through 20 inches of snow and beat down fresh deer trails and burn up whatever fat reserves they may still have.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Another thing, we're in 452, 487 unit. Tuberculosis is huge up here. CWDs in the southern part of the state. This is not good for disease control. What are our deer doing today?
Well, they're not staying out in places like this.
They're not.
So any areas where you have some thermal cover, some cedars, spruce, even a white pine regrowth, you're going to have a lot of deer congregated in those areas. And if you have 1 or 2 sick ones, they're all going to come in there, they're going to congregate, and then you get disease spread amongst everybody because they're chewing on the same stuff, they're browsing in the same areas, they're bedding next to each other. It's just not good. So the biggest take-home message is to make sure that you got areas set up on your property, if you're allowed to, or work in a co-op, that you have enough habitat for all 4 seasons. A lot of times people will just get focused on, deer season, and then they forget about springs that look like this. Right. So that's the biggest thing, is manage your habitat, manage your herd for all 4 seasons, not just November 15th to the 30th.
That's exactly right. And carrying capacity. We all talk about carrying capacity, and carrying capacity is today or January or February. It's not July. So you want to maintain your deer population down here somewhere so that your peaks and valleys that occur naturally through Mother Nature, disease, whatever, stay well below your carrying capacity, if that makes sense to you. We talked about a lot this last weekend. People said, oh yeah, that makes sense. But it's true. Everybody in Michigan, most places, have got entirely too many deer. And so if you'll shoot some of the old doe, get them off your property, recruitment goes up. You've heard us say that 1,000 times. Too many deer is not good in any fashion. When we first started here 20 years ago, shooting a doe was taboo. How many did we kill this year?
This year I think we're at 358 or somewhere around there that we've taken off this property. And as much work as that was, we probably should have took some more. Probably should have took some more.
You're exactly right. It's crazy. The population explodes. It follows your habitat, as everyone knows, so it's work. Keep your populations down. You'll be very happy about that. This kind of weather, again, guys are calling and saying, hey, what did I do? The few things I know to tell you to do, if you've got some timber you can spare, you can go cut down a cedar tree for them. Plow your roads if you can. Everybody doesn't have a snow plow, I realize that. Run a snowmobile down your roads. Pack it down. The trouble with this snow is it's crusty. Deer get bogged down in it. Coyotes can run on top of it, so predation goes up. There's nothing good about this. Again, April 16th in Michigan. This ain't Texas. We hear it all the time, and I'm here to tell you this ain't Texas. You can look at Doc's pictures and confirm that. So
we realize it's not Texas.
Yeah, we know better than anybody that the North Country is tough, and the further north you get, the worse it gets. So keep your populations down. Do yourself a favor. The old doe you've got, make sausage out of them. Do something with them. Give them to friends. Give them to the needy. Luke donated 3,000 pounds of venison to the soup kitchens this year, and they appreciated it. It helped our management plan. I can't tell you how much it helped. But we have 300 some less deer to feed today. But this is going to kill some deer in Michigan. Thought everybody should have a heads up. Did we miss anything? Anything you'd like to?
Well, I think we covered everything. The biggest take home is freak storms like this are going to happen, and you need to be prepared for them.
Plan for the worst every day, every year, because it'll catch you short-handed. So good luck. If you need anything, give us a call. We'll answer if we can. You can watch us on YouTube, Facebook sometime, drdeer.com. We're going to start doing more and more of this just to kind of keep the guys in the loop. But that's news from North Country today. Have a good one.